rest of our public comments. Doug Owens, are you here? You're giving your 3 minutes to Julie Waltz, who will have 6 minutes.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good afternoon now.
Afternoon. Yeah.
Well, afternoon. Does this screen work?
Yes. It's coming. There you go.
I've been sitting so long, I'm falling asleep here. Okay, I'm here today to ask you to repeal Ordinance 884. I have said it before and I will say it again. This ordinance is being ramrodded through to protect one special interest group. At the Board of Supervisors meeting on December 9, 2008, Supervisor Stone presented a 50-page booklet to all the supervisors. It alleged that Anonymous is a domestic terrorist group. The booklet claims anonymous web postings prove they hate blacks, they hate Jews, and they hate gays. Supervisor Stone told his fellow supervisors while presenting pages of this booklet, open quote, "Here, they tell young people how to commit suicide. They show you exactly where to cut your wrists. I mean, is this not the most sickening material you've ever seen? Or here, let's promote suicide amidst our youth." End of quote. Mr. Nathan Baca, investigative reporter from KESQ Channel 3, March 10, 2009, open quote, "There is one thing the booklet does not have. It has no bylines, no group publicly stating who wrote and produced this 50-page booklet. It is anonymous evidence to convict a group known as Anonymous." Late Tuesday, staff members from Supervisor Stone's office said they weren't certain where the booklet came from. March 11th, Mr. Nathan Baca interview with a high-ranking Scientology official, Mr. Tommy Davis. Mr. Nathan Baca, Supervisor Stone read this booklet. He gave it to me. Anonymous, who they are, what they do. This is, I believe, you were mentioning, this is from the Church of Scientology. Was this produced by the Church of Scientology? Mr. Davis, this is a publication that was put together by a group of individuals that work with the church and also work with other groups, human rights groups, also work with other groups, human rights organizations and other religions. Mr. Baca, but it has no bylines. It has nothing written by or funded by. That's just kind of a puzzle to us about this book. It became Exhibit 1 in the sense with the supervisors that this is a hate group. Listen to this, and there was a very powerful presentation, but we just didn't know who it was by because there was no bylines. That's why we were kind of puzzled by it. Mr. Davis, okay, I just told you that the church is absolutely involved in putting that together. Once again, I state for the record, the ramrodding of Ordinance 884. Supervisor Stone received documentation that should have been validated before presenting it to his colleagues and the public. As a supervisor, you are appointed by the people to enact legitimate ordinances. You didn't expect opposition from the public, and when the board was faced with it, they chose to ignore and dismiss it. But it was heard and followed up by an investigative reporter, Mr. Nathan Baca, from KESQ Channel 3 in Palm Springs. When you chose to reintroduce this ordinance 884, you pawned it off on the Sheriff's Department to ramrod through. Did you really think this went unnoticed? Supervisor Buster, February 24th, 2009, Supervisors meeting, open quote. If there's a reason for this ordinance, I haven't seen it yet. Buster questioned the need for another law where there was no indication residents in unincorporated communities had been impacted by picketing. End of quote.
We need to make it a little bit smaller if you want them both up at the same time. Which we,
Okay. Supervisor Stone, Thursday, June 9th, 2005, open quote. Dogage was sentenced to 32 years in prison, yet was allowed to be released early for good behavior after serving only half of his time. Since when does the alleged raping of a fellow inmate constitute good behavior? What we have here, my friends, is a system that is severely broken and cannot be changed by our dysfunctional state legislators. End of quote. Residential targeted picketing. Monday, June 18th, 2007, Press Enterprise article. And the previous article was also a Press Enterprise article.
summarize now, Julie, your time's
I'm going to finish. Please let me finish. This is very important.
Time has expired. I see the red light. We've heard your
I haven't
arguments
talked
before.
for 9 minutes. Please let me finish.
Julie,
8.5 months of protesting
Julie, you
outside the
get
halfway
you get
house.
6 minutes. That's what you get. 6 minutes. You had one additional.
May I quickly
Mr.
summarize?
Chairman, I believe our rules say that you cannot
give
give time
you three-
under
You
the
let
oral
the previous
communication.
gentleman
3
speak
minutes.
I'll
before.
give you 3 additional ones.